Hi friends and welcome. Today we are here to watch season 2 episode 12 of Angel. It is called Blood Money. I am having way too much fun. Like honestly, I should not be having this much fun with the show. Except I am. It feels like Angel has peaked. Like how can you get better than Darla and Drusilla? I don't know, and I don't know if they're ever going to be able to, and I'm just having so much fun with this that I just want to enjoy it forever. It's just consistently keeps getting better and cooler. So the name of the episode is Blood Money. Like the first thing it makes me think of is what we were talking about. I want to say it was episode 2. The thing is, I haven't gotten to editing season 2 yet, so I haven't rewatched those episodes. I don't exactly 100% remember how we finished that thread of like all the money that Angel found, but it felt kind of open-ended, right? Like it felt like he got the money and then like, okay, and then what? I don't know if it feels like blood money, but anyways, that's the place my mind went to, so I wonder if we're going to be talking a little bit about that. Angel's clearly spiraling. He's not doing super great right now, which is very creepy. You know, the fact that we're getting to see Angel sort of be not a great guy, even though he has a soul. So, or maybe the money just, comes from Darla and Drew, just so that, they have an excuse to be in the episode. I'm so scared that they're going to take Darla and Drusilla away from me, and I will not have it. That is not, no. Those are sort of my expectations going into it. Like I said, I'm really tired, so if nothing makes sense, I really apologize, but I think we should just go ahead and watch it because the more I speak, like the worse things are going to sound. If my neighbors don't shut the fuck up right now.
You think I don't have what it takes?
I know you don't have what it takes.
What game are y'all playing?
Now I rule Europe, Australia, and South America.
I've still got Kamchatka.
3/5 of the world covered in water, the rest covered in me.
What if you have a vision?
I'll call you.
What if Angel?
I thought we were gonna say the A word.
Yeah, let's not say the A word. Let's just spend our lives sitting around waiting for him to call.
We're not waiting for him to call. The man fired us. We're on our own now, separate unit, fighting the good fight.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, it's me. I didn't hurt you, did I? They're for the kids. We close in a couple hours, and there's always a feeding frenzy when a new batch comes in.
You work with runaways?
Some of them. Some are from around here, just don't have anywhere else to go. We give them food, clothes, somewhere to stay if they need it.
It's good to do.
Well, I'm late.
What is happening here? I had gotten such big bad feelings about her, but like the story they're setting up, she seems to be a good guy. I don't think she's a good guy. Oh. Neither does he. Oh. Angel, sweetie. Way to look like a total creep, as usual.
You know, right about now, I wouldn't mind having.
Don't say it. We don't have him, and it's not going to do any good wishing we did.
I was gonna say some dynamite.
You guys.
I ain't inviting you in.
Demon layers, no invitation necessary.
Yeah, but it's polite.
Are you avoiding me, Mark?
Aw. Poor demons. That's like so unfair.
What's her connection to Wolfram and Hart?
Easy. She runs a shelter over on Crenshaw. A couple of months ago, they almost lost the lease on the place. Wolfram and Hart step in, clear it all up pro bono, and there you go.
But she's still
Sketchy.
working for them.
Well, you do so much. What do you need me for, huh?
Bad woman.
Hey, guy I ran over.
Hey, girl who ran over me.
You can call me Anne. It's shorter.
Angel.
What's the matter? Doesn't fit you anymore?
Cuts me across the bust. Fred left her clothes in my place. I won't be seeing her anytime soon, so I figured,
Ex-girlfriend?
God, no.
Are you donating Cordelia's clothes?
They've been a godsend the last couple of months. Bailed us out of an eviction, defended a couple of our kids.
Sound like saints.
As far as I'm concerned, they're the ones that came up with the idea for the big holdup.
Hold up.
Charity ball. It's a fundraiser for the center. Big TV celebrities go around pretending to rob the guests of their donations. Wild West theme, it's gonna be big. Whatever it takes, right?
Right.
So this girl's just clueless, the poor woman.
Does anybody knock?
Angel and I have a history. An unfinished history.
Yeah? That's nice. Where'd you guys go to college together?
Oh god, no, don't.
Lila,
Oh my god, so creepy.
co-vice president of special projects. Wow. That's super. Because I get it now. The game. It's actually kind of fun when you know the rules. I mean, when you know that there aren't any.
I knew you were gonna say that, you son of a bitch.
The begging. That comes later.
Oh my god, listen. I have to pause. Like, it's that dramatic. We just need to talk about this for a second because something that I'm noticing is that I am more scared of Angel than the actual bad characters of the show right now. I know that the Vampire Diaries literally... Should I put a spoiler alert before that? Have you all seen the Vampire Diaries? I feel like most of y'all haven't even, like, have no interest. But anyway, I know that in the Vampire Diaries, they have, like, a sort of a humanity switch that they turn on and off. And I always thought that it was interesting that, like, in the Buffyverse, there isn't exactly, like, an on and off switch. Like, this is not something they can control. But to me, it kind of feels like this is what Angel's doing right now. It feels like he's turning off his humanity. And I am getting so damn scared of him. Because, listen, he is so damn creepy as Angelus. We have established that. Like, we do not fuck with Angelus in this house. And so the fact that he can be that creepy, even with a soul, just makes it so much worse. Because imagine if he does lose it and he's already spiraling like this. Like, this is just like... I'm not having fun. I'm afraid. I'm scared. And the fact that, like, I was actually sort of cheering a little bit for Lila in that scene is kind of concerning, isn't it? We're gonna keep watching. I just had to pause and, like, just...
We run the Special Projects Division. Did you have a special project?
More like a grudge. With a fella named Angel.
You're saying the right words, sir. He feels so familiar. I don't know what is about this demon. He looks familiar.
When Angel comes for you, he's gonna find me instead.
I like it. I like it, and I tell you why. Because of the finding you instead part. How much do you charge?
This isn't about money. It's about knowing.
Knowing what?
Who's better?
Pulling out intestines the size of your leg.
We turned him inside out.
And you weren't scared?
Oh, Mother in heaven.
Pants wet and praising the Lord as Savior, kind of scared, all right?
Oh, but you did it.
No, we did it.
Aww.
All of us together.
To us.
To us.
To us. I started looking for an office. You know, for our new agency.
Our new agency.
Our new agency.
Aww.
There's this little place, not that far from here.
Oh my god, Angel, just stop! I'm so scared of him right now. Like, this man is about to be unhinged. Like, don't look at me like that, bro.
You're not stalking me, are you?
Actually, I am.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Some pictures I've taken of you. Surveillance photos. This is your wallet. I stole it when we accidentally ran into each other last night. Wasn't an accident.
I'm calling the police.
Wait, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just couldn't stand lying to you anymore.
Lying about what? That you're a psycho?
I've been following you. That's true, but not for the reasons you think.
There's a good reason.
Wolfram and Hart aren't what they say they are. They show the world one face, but it's not the truth.
No, sweetie. You would know about that, wouldn't you?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Neither of you.
What?
It's been a long time.
I brought some protection.
Boone.
Oh, he remembers him. That's good.
I mean, who are you going to trust, Ann? You going to trust a mentally unstable vampire? Or are you
Yes.
going to trust the people that work night and day to put this fundraiser together for your kids? I would hate to see them lose out because you made the wrong choice.
And all we did was oversee a scheme to steal $2 million from a teen homeless shelter.
Shit.
This happened.
If he's got proof it came from you.
Me?
Yeah, you opened your mouth to someone, and now he's got it on tape, probably.
Well, I'd say for sure you're a vampire. Human being would be in the hospital beating you took.
And that doesn't frighten you.
A few years ago, it would have been a big turn on. I thought vampires were the coolest.
What happened?
I met one. If an evil law firm is going to help me raise $2 million...
Which you'll probably see only 5% of.
Yeah, well, I did the math. 5% of $2 million is $100,000. That's more money than the shelter could raise in 2 years.
What about the other 95%? You don't care where that's going, who that could be hurting?
I can't.
There's blood on that money, Anne. Are you the person who can ignore that?
I get it. Like, I don't think she's wrong.
Oh, that's some pretty nice duds there, fella. What do you say, though, we see some of that cash got stowed in them silk pockets?
Hey, cowboy, don't hurt me now.
Angel.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
afraid you weren't going to show. You are ready to finish this.
Not right now, Boone. Not right now. Let Angel screw up this whole thing. Actually, do I want him to?
Do you really think we weren't gonna be ready for you? Where's the tape?
Come on, this is a distraction. She's gonna put it.
He doesn't have it. Are you okay? I tried to cushion the fall.
I'll be fine.
What the hell are you talking about?
Thanks for getting me in.
Oh my god.
Two children, Bill, and you leave me for a man? No, don't speak.
Please let there be agents there who are going to hire her.
Milk. Hell. What's happening?
Looked to me like you two were acting like a couple of crazy people. On camera, too.
Price. Wesley Wyndham Price.
Isn't that the guy who's dating Virginia Bryce?
This whole thing was a setup.
You hired Bone.
No.
Oh.
You did. For a whole lot of money, too.
Money.
Look out!
How dare you? I risked everything in there. I risked my kids. You never even planned to expose the scheme.
They would have covered it up. I just wanted to shake him up a bit. Not much, but it's a start.
And the money?
Money was tainted.
I don't even care
Angel.
Yes, you do. That's the difference between us. You still care.
Angel's an obstacle to everything that we do. Give me one good reason why we can't just kill him.
Because Angel is a major player.
In business.
In the apocalypse.
Oh, that.
The prophecies all agree that when the final battle is waged, he plays a key role.
Good for him.
Which side he's on is the gray area. And we're going to continue making it as gray as possible. Well, the truth is, you're both expendable. Angel isn't.
Okay, at least we're getting more answers.
I thought you'd be halfway to Brazil by now.
Brazil?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. That's a lot to lay on the line.
Yeah. But I gotta know.
All of it. A little bit more than 5%.
What's this?
Blood.
I guess he meant it when he said it was blood money.
It'll wash.
That's a little bit too literal, y'all. Also, Angel looked beaten down right there. Like, that did not look great for him. I think this was a really, really interesting episode because it was such an exploration of Angel's character, which I feel like completely makes sense given the show. We are getting to see a whole different side of Angel, and it's so interesting because in some ways he's doing the things he's always done, but now it's so much creepier because you actually know that there's something a little bit unhinged about him, you know? Like, we've seen that before. Like, he comes off a little bit strong, right? I feel like now it's just hitting completely different because you don't exactly know if you're on his side. At least I don't. And to be honest, I'm really, really loving this aspect of the season. The fact that I'm having a really hard time sort of picking a side. And I think this is something that they started establishing all the way back in season 1 when they showed us the backstory for Lindsay. You know, that episode really made me think like, oh, I actually really like Lindsay. Am I sure that like he is the wrong one and that Angel is the right one? You know, there's just something like really interesting about creating a story that kind of works on both sides where you don't exactly know which side you really want to cheer for. And I feel like that's also a huge feeling that I'm having regarding like Darla and Drusilla. I'm like, I love them so much that I can't cheer against them, but I also don't want to cheer against Angel and like our team because, you know, it's Angel and our team. And so it's just fun because I feel like it gives you a huge enjoyment of like, no matter where the story goes, you're gonna have fun because you sort of want both sides to sort of win / you want both sides to lose. It's a fascinating thing, and I feel like I don't see that a lot. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like that's not something I really see on television that often, where they make the villains and the wrong side just so compelling, or they make the right side seem so morally like dubious. Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word, but you know what I mean? It's just like you start kind of doubting everything a little. And I have to say that for this episode, I definitely did not know where I stood. And I feel like things become more clear, you know, when the blonde girl is running across the room to put on the tape. And I'm like, do I want her to succeed? Like, do I want her to be in on this plan? Do I not want her to be in? Because I feel like, you know, to some extent, I totally understand what Angel was saying. It is blood money, and you don't know what they're going to do with the rest of the money, especially if she's only getting 5%. You don't know if the 95% that they're using for something like could be so much worse that it's not worth it. But then at the same time, I'm like, can you imagine how much of a difference $100,000 could make in all of these children's lives? So it's like, it's so sort of easy to see both sides and the fact that they're both right in their own ways. And then that just overwhelms me because I'm never sure what to feel, you know? Like, I'm glad he gave her the money at the end because I feel like that was sort of the right thing to do. Even if she decides that, like, it really is blood money and she shouldn't keep it, I feel like she deserves the choice. I didn't love that Angel took a little bit of that choice away from her. I feel like he should have been a little bit more upfront with her. But, like, Angel's clearly going through something, being something. I'm not sure what is happening to him, but there's something that's happening. So, like, I don't think he's doing the best at decision making right now. And that demon that he was fighting, Boone, I think was one of the most interesting demons we've seen. And I like that they like consistently sort of raise the bar for these demons because I feel like it could get to a point where the demons just start getting repetitive and stuff. But, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, just saying it out loud, I feel like I say this all the time. You know, oh, this is one of the most interesting demons or monsters that we've seen. And it's true because I feel like they're always like innovating. And I feel like what I really liked about him, I always think of like these demons and these monsters as mostly like violent. You know, they just have these violent urges and like I don't feel like they think things through too much and that can sort of be a downfall for them. But I like that this man was like completely pragmatic about it. Like he came in with a plan. He was so patient. He knew that he wanted to win, but he was not like being so desperate about it that he made bad decisions, if that makes sense. And then the fact that he was teaming up with Angel, but then they still fought in the end, like it's a lot of complexity to that character. And I really thought it was so interesting the moment that he came in and talked to Wolfram and Hart. I feel like that was such an interesting conversation. Like there was just something so like morally sort of correct about the way that he sort of led his life. And, you know, I just thought that was a really interesting sort of characteristic for a demon. So I really like that man. I think one of the most interesting things of this episode, like I really liked sort of all the storylines that surrounded it, because while it was so interesting to see that whole Wolfram and Hart unfolding and all that like exploration of Angel, I think seeing the exploration of what Gunn, Cordy, and Wes are doing was also really, really interesting. It's a little bit hard, you know, to like have somebody break into the group and feel like they are of the same level of importance as the others. I feel like a few episodes ago, like Gunn has definitely started feeling like more of a part of the story, that's for sure. But I feel like this episode wouldn't have worked if it was just Cordy and Wes, you know, like he's definitely a part of this now. He's definitely invested and cares about like not just the agency, but cares about like Angel as a person and cares about Cordy and Wes. Like I just thought it was really, really sweet to see the three of them really, really bond this episode, because like I said, really proved to me Gunn's importance and the fact that they actually care for him as much as he cares for them. And just seeing how they really want to continue with that idea, I think is like really sweet, because I feel like it would be so easy for them to give up and just sort of find another route. If it was me and, you know, my boss sort of fired me, I'm not sure I would want to keep doing the same thing. I would feel very disappointed, but I like that like that's not shaking them. I don't think they doubted what they were meant to do for a second. Like there was not one beat of like, does this mean I should take my life in a different route? No, they all knew that this is what they had to do and they had to continue it even without Angel. And I feel like that's very brave, especially since they're all like humans and they're taking on like a lot with the supernatural. Wes and Gunn were definitely scared, as they should be, about the monster, but I like that there was not like a hesitation about it. They just knew that they had to do it anyways. It's really sweet of them, and I feel like it's actually good for them to be away from Angel for this little second, just so that they understand their importance in the story, and knowing that like, of course Angel helps them, but they can also do this alone. They are that powerful. They are, you know, capable of more than they can give themselves credit for. Because I feel like it's so easy for Angel to sort of take the lead and seem like he's the one doing everything. But I think that this episode really proves that, like, he is not. And I also thought it was so interesting that Angel, even though he, like, fires them, he still needs help. He still goes to the demon to ask for help. He is trying so hard to be alone and to fly solo. And he just can't, which is interesting that he always needs the sort of alliance. He always needs somebody. He always needs something. Like, I really hope he comes back to this squad. It's definitely a red flag to sort of cut your ties with people, you know, isolate yourself. Never a good thing. You know there's never anything that's going to come well out of isolating yourself. And I can understand why he did it. He's clearly going through something, but I'm just excited for them to sort of get reunited again, because it's really weird to see their storylines being so separate in the episodes, because I'm so used to seeing them together. And in a way, I guess Angel's also going to have some time to explore his character a little bit more, even though I'm not sure I want him to explore that much more, because I'm scared as shit. But like, I don't know, I guess maybe when the squad comes back, he's going to appreciate them more after having to go through it like solo. I thought this like their fired storyline was going to be solved a lot quicker. I thought that this was going to be like, you know, something for like an episode or two until the squad was going to be like, yeah, like, no, the Angel, we're not going to let you do that. But they haven't had that like confrontation yet. It was sort of very passive. So I do think this confrontation has got to happen. And while I thought that this was going to happen a lot sooner, the fact that like they're actually going through with that storyline makes me think that like, could they be spending the rest of the season with them being apart, not being on the same side and stuff? He wants to be alone, but it's not necessarily what he needs. I think he needs these characters to sort of ground him, his friends. So I feel like the squad is really going to have to be pushy about this. I don't think Angel is going to turn back on his word and ask the squad for help. I think the squad is the one who's going to have to go up to him. But in general, I have to say it was actually kind of surprising not to see Darla and Drew this episode. I kind of missed them, I'm not going to lie, because this concerns me. I thought that they were the route that we were going for, and I was kind of expecting to see them a lot. I like it though, because it helped us understand a little bit more of Angel this episode and the state of mind that he's in right now. And I feel like that was a really important thing for us to discuss at this point of the story. But nevertheless, I am still hoping to see Darla and Drew in the next episode, because I love them so much, in case that was not clear. Also about Angel, I think it's interesting that he seems to be very self-aware about what's happening. He knows that he doesn't care. He's very aware of his feelings. I feel like it would be so easy for him, since he seems to be spiraling, to not notice what is happening. But, you know, just like I said, the fact that he's also self-isolating and stuff like that, like, Angel's very aware of this turn that he's taking. And that's what scares me even more, is like, why is he not stopping himself? Why isn't he asking for help? Why? But it's so interesting though, because I feel like in a way I get it, but then also I'm like, we just need to get you some help, Angel, because I do think he cares to some extent, but it's interesting that he's showing it in different ways, and I think he is starting to care less. which is kind of scary. And lastly, so this might talk a little bit about some Angel spoilers, so if you have not finished the show, I would recommend just clicking out of the video and not watching the rest of the discussion. We're finally getting to understand more of why Wolfram and Hart is like obsessed with Angel, right? And it has to do with a prophecy. Thank you. Answers. First of all, I don't think they're going about this the right way, because how do they think that they're getting Angel to be on their side by doing everything they're doing? I don't know, but they're trying, I guess. But it's so interesting that Angel plays such a huge part of what seems to be like history. And, you know, this is just making me think of like what I have seen of Angel. And I do think that like this is something that I remember knowing. I think I remember talking about this prophecy, and I think maybe even like the scroll that we were also talking about at the end of season 1, right? So we know that Angel is important in that way, and I kind of want to know a little bit more about it, because I don't remember, you know, they're saying like, what did they say? It was like an apocalypse or something. Like, I don't exactly remember us going through an apocalypse in Angel from the seasons I've seen. So it would be interesting, because it's like, I wonder if this is an end of the season storyline, or if this is something that like we're sort of going to discuss, but I didn't pay too much attention when I originally watched Angel. But in any which case, I feel like it's so interesting for us to understand that Wolfram and Hart really does not want to kill Angel. Like, they have a good reason for it. And I think what's also interesting is that clearly Lindsay does not agree with that. So it's like, even though we know that Wolfram and Hart itself does not want to kill Angel, Lindsay still does. So it's like, he's not completely safe. And also just makes me wonder how Wolfram and Hart is going to approach this. Because now that we know that they really, really want Angel on their side, it's like, how are they going to get to that point? How are they going to do it? Because I remember that the last season of Angel, if I'm not mistaken, so spoilers, beware, they do work for Wolfram and Hart, with Wolfram and Hart. They are Wolfram and Hart. I don't remember. I just remember that like Wolfram and Hart was clearly a part of the season. Like, they were there. So I guess to some extent they're succeeding, but I don't remember what led them there, sort of. I have a bunch of question marks in my head, but I feel like it's going to be really interesting to sort of piece that all together and actually pay attention to the show, which I should have done when I was watching the first time. We'll see how all that goes, but let me read the name of the next title. Let me read the name of the next episode. Title of the next episode. Okay, so the next episode is called Happy Anniversary. Okay, so the first thing that came to my mind, I'm very honest about y'all, so like, please excuse like the ride that we're about to go on. When Boone said that he had history with Angel, because I think he said it was because of a woman, my mind immediately went to, it has to be with Darla or Drusilla, because this would be a great way for them to come into the episode if the reason that they were fighting was about one of them. But it doesn't seem to be. But then when I read Happy Anniversary, I sort of think of that. Like, could it have to do with Darla and Angel's anniversary? Like a specific date for them or something? Or could it just have to do with like a monster of the week, where like the monster of the week sort of happens in an anniversary scenario? I don't know. I'm gonna stick to like my Angel and Darla prediction, just because that would mean I get to see Darla. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe something to do with that. Maybe Darla's gonna throw Angel a huge like anniversary party or something, and it's gonna be really creepy, and there are going to be a bunch of dead bodies or something. This is horrible, but I was gonna say I want to see that. I don't know. Do I want to see that? I don't know. But anyways, I am very curious to keep watching, very excited. So I thank you all so much for watching this with me, for being so patient with my chaotic posting schedule and terrible videos because I'm so tired, but I really appreciate each and every single one of you. I will see you in the next episode, I hope. So thank you so much, and I will see you then.